What is going on, everybody? We're here at Worlds of Fun, Kansas City, Missouri. This is just a quick stop off at the very start of my trip. This is going to be a one-week trip going up to Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, upper Midwest parks. If you know your parks and your coasters, you know which parks I'm going to. But this is a park I'm stopping off at just for a few hours. It's right along the route. Right along the route heading up to Iowa, so figure might as well stop off. I have some hours to spare, so come back here. I was here in 2011, picked up most of the credits. I was here last year to pick up the remaining 2 that I didn't get that time. So no new coaster credits here, but got some good ones. Got a couple really good wooden coasters and an okay hyper and a really good invert. So you're looking forward to get re-rides on those. See how they're running today. And what do we got going on here? Grand Carnival. So this is my closest Cedar Fair park. So I guess this would be my home Cedar Fair park. My Cedar Fair home park. That's certainly not my favorite Cedar Fair park, but it's a good one. It's a good park in general, but by Cedar Fair standards, it's in the lower end. My first roller coaster ride in 6 weeks since the end of the last trip. If you don't know, I do not have a home park, so I have to travel to ride any roller coaster. And I've been home for 6 weeks since that last trip.
Either that or they just got on.
It'd be nice to have a home park, have rides that I could ride whenever I want, but all we got is a water park, so water coaster, that doesn't count. I rode in the back row. It's just as good as I remember. Definitely still my 3rd favorite invert. Heads off over there, does an Immelman. You got a couple airtime moments on it too. Looked like a lot of people were here from the parking lot, but hardly any line. At Timberwolf, very fun wooden coaster. Not like a top tier wooden coaster or anything like that, but it's definitely fun. It's got a lot of airtime on it. It starts off smooth and then gets bumpy towards the end. I don't know, this one could actually be my 3rd favorite in the park, behind Prowler and Patriot.
It's so fun.
It is fun, but it's just a so-so hyper. Fourth best ride in the park, behind Prowler, Patriot, and Timberwolf. I will say the first drop and then the first big hill, those are pretty good. You really feel that speed on the first drop and going through that first big airtime hill. After that, you know, the helix is a little forceful. And then those airtime hills, those little bunny hills in the second half, don't do anything. Your upper body kind of gets thrown forward and back a little bit, but there's literally no airtime on those bunny hills, which is weird. Steel Force at Dorney Park had airtime on those bunny hills. Certainly not ejector, but it was at least something. On Mamba, it's nothing. And the other thing I gotta say about Mamba, at least right now, operations are unbelievably slow. It's like 5 to 8 minute dispatches. And the boomerang, it was as great as ever. Very forceful, very disorienting. I think because it is such a forceful ride, I think that's actually why some people don't like it. That's my theory, because it's actually not a bad ride. And they still have their dinosaurs here. Prowler is hauling today. Oh my goodness. I did it twice in the front, in the middle, and in the back. I gotta say, I think the front is, at least today, my experience, the front is rougher than the back. In fact, I'd almost say it's a bit too rough for my taste, actually, today. I was starting to wonder if maybe I need to drop it a little in my rankings. Not a lot, but a little. But that back row ride I just got, that was amazing. That's the Prowler I love. And that back row ride on Prowler, that's why it's number 29 out of 310 for me. And it goes way off into the woods, so you can't see it from here. I'd love to get a night ride on this. I have it ranked that high even without getting a night ride. All my rides have been in the day. And that'll be true here too. Because I gotta get going. I'm gonna be in Des Moines tomorrow. Eight rides in on Prowler. I don't want to stop. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Yeah, it's a bit rough. If you don't like rougher coasters, this was probably not going to be for you. But this is the kind of wooden roughness that I love, though. This isn't like that jackhammering. The kind of shakiness that Prowler has doesn't give me a headache or anything like that. And I definitely agree with what I said earlier, or can confirm what I said earlier. The back is, I'm not sure if I would say it's not as rough as the front, but it seems like the transitions go smoother from element to element. It just works better in the back. So yeah, back row, next to last row, third to last, any of those are very good rows for this ride, better than the front. Back row, right seat is the best seat for me.
Going up. Now we're on Penthouse. Why, thank you. Thank you.
Now can we go right there?
My little sister has the best seat in the house. Honk, honk. Oh, maybe they'll like mine too. Check it out. I'm flexing pretty hard right now. Can you tell? You're welcome. About All right then, little Miss Dainty. Whee!
So I ended up with 13 rides on Prowler. And I got on Boomerang and the Morgan Hyper, the Invert, and the other wooden coaster. I can't think of any of the names right now. I'm so tired. I was riding Prowler too much.